Hey guys, so I'm going to show you today how to make coffee with just K-Cups and no Keurig machine. Today I was craving coffee and our Keurig machine just went haywire. Like, it's just not working at all. I know a lot of people have the same problem with the water reservoir that's not sucking up the water and it doesn't fill your cup full and it just drips and just completely stops. So we had a bunch of K-Cups left and I was really craving a coffee from the K-Cups because of course we also have a coffee maker, but the K-Cups always taste a little bit different than the coffee that you can find. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started and explain to you guys how I made coffee. So the first K-Cup that I have here is a Cafe Escapes and it's in vanilla. This one is my absolute favorite K-Cup, and when our machine broke down, I was sad because this is like the only coffee that I will drink besides Starbucks. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but in this K-Cup, every time that you put it in, you have to shake it up a little bit. But this one, all it pretty much is just a powder inside. So I started thinking to myself, when it punctures a hole, it punctures another hole down here in the machine, and all it pretty much does is just, you know, throws water into this K-Cup and it makes your coffee. So when I take out the K-Cup, it's pretty much empty. So you're drinking everything that's inside of this K-Cup. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make this K-Cup. And also, I'm going to explain to you guys how to use this K-Cup. And this K-Cup, if you look through it, you can see like a little filter. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these two types of K-Cups and how simple it is to do it without a machine. So let's get started. So first I'm going to start with the vanilla K-Cup, and this one is my favorite. And it's super easy. This is the easiest K-Cup to make. So of course you're going to fill up your cup with water. Usually when I use a Keurig machine, it was down to the smallest cup, but I'm adding more water because of the fact that water does evaporate when you boil it. Now we're just going to boil our water, and I had to spill water, had to be me, duh Anna. So I'm going to start the fire and start boiling my water so I can do my last steps for my coffee. Okay, so for the last step, what we're going to do is poke our own hole into our K-Cup, and as you guys can see, there's the coffee and that mixture that goes into your coffee drink. So all I'm going to do is just going to pour the water into my cup, and since I like the first cup on the Keurig machine, which is the smallest cup, I just add a little bit of water because I do like it strong. And then I'm just going to pour the K-Cup into the water, and my last step is just to stir it and enjoy. So it's pretty simple, right? Delicious. Alright you guys, now let's move on to our next K-Cup. So right here I'm going to show you how to make a Starbucks coffee which has a filter inside. So I'm just going to pour some water into my cup, and again you want to fill a lot of water up since the fact that water does evaporate, so I filled it up to the rim. And all I'm going to do is just pour it into my small little pan here, and I'm going to boil the water until it's nice and hot and ready for the next step. While the water is boiling, I'm going to show you the next step for this K-Cup coffee. And as you guys can see, I'm just cutting open the plastic, and be careful because it is kind of sharp. And inside, as you guys can see, is the filter. Be careful that you do not poke a hole or puncture that filter because it will just throw off this whole next step. So just take time and just remove the entire plastic around the filter. Once the water is boiled, all I'm going to do is just place the K-cup into the water, and I just like to press it down and move it around. You can leave it in as long as you like. It depends how strong or light you like your coffee. And then I thought to myself, you can always add another flavor K-cup into this coffee and create your own flavor using different K-cups. Okay, once it's done, just turn off your fire and just take out your K-cup, and be careful because it's really hot. And now you're just ready to pour your coffee into your favorite mug. And you guys are already done with your coffee. All you have to do is just pour it into your favorite mug, add some milk, some sugar, whatever you guys like, and it's all ready to go. And it smells so good, and it was delicioso. So as you guys can see, it's not easy as 1, 2, 3 since your Keurig does make it a lot faster, but I had a lot of problems with the water reservoir, and I tried everything that the Keurig technician was telling us to do to clean out the machine, and it just did not work. And we've only had this Keurig for about 2 years, and it gave out. And I was pretty bummed out, and especially since the new Keurig, I guess you have to have K-cups that have this white band around it, or else it will not make your K-cup. And I really like the Cafe Escapes one. Those are like my favorite. So I thought to myself, I really need some coffee in my life, because I'm not much of the coffee drinker, of the Folgers, and I like something that's light like this, milky, and you guys are probably like, that's not coffee, it's just milk with a bunch of sugar. But this is my favorite one, and I'm probably all hyper right now since I've been drinking coffee, since I've been trying to learn how to make K-cups without your Keurig machine. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys, and especially if you guys can't afford a K-cup machine but you really want to try the K-cups, then give this a try. It's not as fast. Well, this one is the Cafe Escapes, especially if they're powder ones. If they don't have a filter, then it's really fast to make your coffee, as you guys can see. But if you're doing the boiling one, you can also experiment on mixing flavors together. And it took me about 7 minutes to make that cup of coffee. But this is just an idea for you guys, and I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube. No trouble, I'm all about that bass.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee.